With the Swiss boy.
Yeah, the Swiss boy, isn't it?
Take photos.
Pray for him.
You're on the left, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Same as last year.
Good evening. Welcome to the press conference for Neal Skupski and Desirae Krawczyk. Sorry.
It's alright, I get it all the time.
Please state your name and organisation when asking a question. And Wimbledon champions again. How's it feel?
Speechless, but yeah, no, it's great to be back here again in this room actually, and to be on center court winning our second Wimbledon in a row. So yeah, it's cool.
Hi, I'm Ollie Dick from Jeff Sports Speak. Congratulations, guys. Just wondering if you can start with how does this title compare to last year?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's tough to put it into words. I mean, last year was, for me, my first Grand Slam. Des's, you won the French a couple of weeks before, so it was quite special for me. But it was amazing to have more people in the box for me today, especially for my parents to watch me live. They weren't able to come last year, so it's definitely extra special this year for me. And obviously, playing on centre court is always special, and being at the 100 years on centre court and it being the first final on Thursday, I think it is. Yeah. So it's quite special, I think, this one compared to last year.
And when we were talking last night, we were talking about potentially having to wait a bit after the women's semi-finals, and that did prove to be the case with the semi-finals on court one. Mm-hmm. How mentally did you find that?
I think, yeah, it was, obviously you're waiting, you think that you're going to go on pretty soon, but you kind of had to wait it out a little bit, and obviously that was a long match that they had played, so we kind of just had, well, for me at least, I had to kind of regroup a little bit more and kind of get my game mode on again, but yeah, I think we went out there and we kind of just started to just play and see how things played out, and yeah, we got it done.
What was it like in that final game, because the crowd were getting louder and louder every point you won? It was a huge cheer and you got to match point. Just how did that feel for you guys?
I mean, for me, I was telling Neal, I was like, when I got on the court, I wasn't really nervous. So, I mean, for me, that's kind of like a bad sign a little bit. But I think when I got to 5-2, I was kind of I was like, oh my gosh, we're kind of getting to the end. But until that match point, it's not over till it's over. So you gotta kind of just keep pushing and playing it out. And then, yeah, I think the crowd was great today. It was such a great atmosphere, and yeah, it was a great day.
Hi, Viv Christie from Wimbledon.com. Congratulations. I'm wondering, Neal, if you could talk through, you had that really long service game in the first set. Can you talk through that one?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit nervous starting off, but I got through that first service game pretty well, serving well, hit a few aces, and then I think it was the 2-2 game in the first set. Yeah, I mean, we didn't play a bad game, I don't think. I mean, it was just long. I mean,
I missed like 5 volleys in a row.
I didn't want to say that, but
well, I will be honest and say blatantly that, I mean, yeah, we had the chances for sure.
Yeah, we had chances, but I didn't. I mean, I was serving well to Stoza, and then I was giving Ebden a lot of second serves, which was making it more difficult. He could get bigger strikes on the ball to make it more difficult for me when I was at the back, and obviously for Desirae at the net. But yeah, we just stick to the process, 1 point at a time. The crowd were getting behind us. I think after like 8 juices, I don't know how many it was. It felt like it was
His shoulder was about to fall off.
It felt like a 20-minute game. But yeah, I think that was a very key point in the match to get through that game, because if we go down a break there, then it can be difficult to win that set. But we kept the momentum, and we stayed in it, and then broke at the end, which was a nice feeling.
Congratulations, guys. Desirae, I'd like to ask you to take a minute and tell us a little bit of your background in the desert, how you first got into the game, the places where you played, your teachers, that sort of thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I grew up in the desert in Rancho Mirage. I had numerous coaches, but my dad got me into the game. Started at one club in Cathedral Canyon, kind of grew up there. My dad is from Poland, so he grew up in Poland playing, and then kind of came to the U.S. and lived in California for a little bit. But but I kind of just started in the desert. I mean, there's so many clubs there. So, I mean, there's been a couple coaches. I know Glenn Erickson was one key coach I had. Gordon Zotton was really key as well. And then, you know, just I played every single weekend in LA area. So I think it was tough for us in the desert. There's so few of us that were good tennis players. So for me to be able to grow and into my tennis game, I had to drive to LA every single weekend to play these tournaments, and that kind of helped me get into the higher ranked tournaments and playing the national events, and so that's kind of how it started.
Did you play at Carson, and also do you have any contacts, any Polish connection with Iga or Hubie or anything along those lines?
No, but I do remember when I've been to Poland once. I was 12. I went there for 3 months and kind of learned how to play on the clay for the first time, kind of see my dad's country. But I believe like a few years later, I think Iga was young and up and coming, and they're like, there's this really good girl she's going to be good. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know her, but, you know, because I wasn't playing these ITF events and everything and not really following it. But here she is. She's number 1 in the world and just killing it. She's doing great.
There's only 2 British men now since Fred Perry in 1936 who have retained a Wimbledon title, if you exclude the wheelchairs and the juniors. You and John Lloyd. How does that make you feel when I put that to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty special. I didn't know that myself. But like, I mean, Wimbledon for me is the best tournament in the world, and to be able to win it once with Des and then back it up, win it again, it's quite crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's a lifelong dream for me, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't really feel real,
No.
Not yet. It'll probably sink in a few days or a week, but. We came into this tournament not really knowing what to expect. We had a great run last year. I mean, Des does great in the mixed in most Grand Slams, but we came into it not knowing what we were going to achieve, and we took it like one match at a time. We had a tough first match against Asian Mohammed in Kokkinakis. That could have easily gone a different way, and then we had a tough one last night against Mertzer and Pavic. I mean, I still don't know how we got through that match. We were looking down, and Mertzer and Pavic, they were playing great tennis. And then today, we were a little bit lucky with Ebden having a very, very long match against, obviously, Joe Salisbury and Rajiv Ram. But he came out on top, and he may have been a little bit tired from that, but we're obviously going to take advantage, and we're just very happy and very thrilled to be champions once again.
I told you in the morning that you had to give up your Liverpool ticket for the Champions League final, that don't worry, in about 6 weeks' time you'll be a Wimbledon champion. That would have maybe softened the blow a bit, I don't know, missing out the Champions League final.
I mean, I would have taken that all day long. I was in a tough situation with the Champions League final and having to play 2 matches the next day, but I mean, obviously it didn't work out for Liverpool, and it looked like there was a lot of stuff that went off outside the ground, which was unfortunate to hear, and not nice to hear that people were injured and affected by it. But it's like you said, I'll take a Wimbledon title any day of the week.
Did you know anyone that was injured or was caught up in that situation, any friends or family?
I mean, there was a few people that I knew, yeah. There was actually Bruno Suarez and his coach. They were there at the game, but they're in the Real Madrid end. But I think Hugo went in through the Liverpool end. For some reason there was confusion, and he got tear gassed. So his eyes were stinging the next day in the morning. And then I knew a couple of reporters from Liverpool that were there, and they had to get into the back of police vans to get escorted away from the ground because there was gangs waiting for them in. It was like a tunnel, and then if they had gone down there, they would have got pickpocketed, or I don't know. I mean, don't know what could have happened to them, but luckily the police were there to take them away from danger.
Switching to a much lighter topic, I don't know, Winston Churchill and a lot of different people have long talked about the relationship between the United States of America and Great Britain. Is it fun to have a British-American combo? Is there any fun story you can share? You sometimes don't understand each other's language, or anything fun about that?
No, I think it would be a problem, I think, but I went to US college, so I was there for 4.5 years. So I kind of picked up some of the American lingo. But yeah, we don't seem to have any problems. We get along very well.
Yeah.
And it seems to be going well. And I mean, Des, I don't know, you do say a few things on court that I maybe don't understand, or she gets mixed up a little bit.
Do I?
A little bit. You go like the wrong way sometimes.
A couple times, yeah. As long as it's not the important points.
Yeah, but it's.
But there was, I remember we first played, and you warned me. You're like, if you can't understand me, let me know, because like some people, like, it's so hard for them to understand me, and I'm like, okay.
Like sometimes
you talk so fast.
I talk very quickly.
And I'm like, what?
And especially when I'm nervous, it's just like.
It's like
It doesn't
gibberish.
sound like English. It's just gibberish. So it's like broken Scouse. What they where I'm from in Liverpool, they're called Scousers. So when I do get nervous, I speak very, very quickly, quicker than this. And then Desirae just doesn't understand me.
Yeah, and then we just go, okay, you're going here or there?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you went to the University of Arizona, but where did you go?
I went to Louisiana State University.
Hey, boo.
Go Tigers.
You said on court that you only sort of teamed up again in the last couple of weeks. Was there ever a chance that you weren't going to play together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big chance.
It
So I was set with
God.
Gabby Dabrowski, and Desirae was set with Joe Salisbury. And then a couple of weeks before the tournament, I think Joe decided he didn't want to play mixed.
Just to help him, you know,
Yeah.
because obviously you're playing 3 out of 5.
Yeah, 5-set matches is long.
Yeah.
So, and then Des texted me saying if I was set.
And
then
he was.
I was set, but it was obviously a great decision by me to change. It was
In hindsight.
to try and defend the title with someone that you've won it with the year before is obviously something that I want to do personally, and it was very special to do that at Wimbledon. And I mean, it is very difficult on like the doubles tour, the men's tour, the ladies tour. It does happen. People get dropped week in, week out. So people do get used to it. It's not nice, but luckily
It paid off.
it paid off. But also, Gabby was able to find someone that she played with at the French, in John Piers, it seemed to work out pretty well. I think they made the quarters. And it worked out very well for us.
Don't feel guilty. Come on.
Any further questions?
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let you answer that one.
Awkward.
Oh, we're going out.